Hello everyone. Wow, I'm so excited. This is my first live video and I know that we're all going to enjoy having a wonderful session. Okay, so let me just make sure the camera and everything is well set. So hi everyone, you're welcome to EasyMathsTutor Channel. Okay, you're welcome to EasyMathsTutor Channel, and this is our first JAMB live preparation class. So we're going to take JAMB past question 2006 mathematics. So we're going to see how far we're going to go on this prep class. So the first question, I'll read it out, see if I can write it out quickly for us. Okay, so it says the table below. You see what I'm writing? The table below, right, shows the scores of a group of students, in a physics test. The table below shows the scores of a group of students in a physics test. If the mode, right, is n, and the number of students and the number of students who scored 4 is more, right? Or who scored 4 or more, is what? N, right? What is N? M. What is bracket N? M. Okay? So these are this is the table. This is our table, okay? Right? So we have the scores and we have the frequency. We have the scores and we have the frequency, okay? So we have the scores of 1 to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now the frequency for 1 is 2. For 2 is 3. For 3 is 5. For 4 is 12. For 5 is 10. For 6 is 6. And for 7 is 4. While we have for 8 as 1. Okay? All right. So what are the options we have in this function? Option A is 33, 4. Option B is 22, 4. Option C is 33, 12. Option D is 12, 4. Okay? Option D is 12, 4. Okay? So the question once again, I'll read the question. The question reads, the table below shows the scores of a group of students in a physics test. If the mode is M and the number of students who scored 4 or more is N, what is NM? And these are the options we have below, okay? So, mode is actually the highest number or the pattern of the numbers. If how many times an occurrence occurs, or how many times an option occurs, that's the mode, okay? So the mode is M, and the number of students who scored 4 or more is N. What is N? N. The number of students who scored 4 or more is N. What is N? M. All right? So we're going to say a number of students who scored 4 and above. We have what? The first number of students that scored 4 is what? 12, right? We're looking for N. 12, right? Plus, we have 10 students that scored 5, which is 10. And we have 6 students that scored 6. Then we have 4 students that scored 7. We also have 1 student that scored 8. So you use your calculator and add that up quickly. Add that up quickly. So we have 12 plus 10, 22, plus 14, plus 14. Sorry. Oh, this is 4. This is 4. Number of students that scored 7 is supposed to be 4. So that will be 10 plus 10, 20, plus 13, that's 33, right? And then we have M. What is the value of M? That's the mode, the highest occurring score, right? Which is 4. The highest occurring score out of all the scores is what? 4. Because 4 is 12, and 12 is the highest number we have here. So M is 4. Therefore, NM will give us 33, 4. So among the options, our answer will be A. Okay? So remember that in the examination, you may have like a minute or less to answer your questions. So that means you have to be pretty fast. The reason why I'm taking a short time to solve, a longer time to solve this is I'm trying to explain how we arrive at these answers. All right? Our question 2. Are you ready for our question 2? If you are, just say, I'm ready. Also, I want you to make sure you have your writing materials, your pen and your paper while we're doing this live preparation class. So our question 2 says, if the mean of 5 consecutive integers is 30, right? Okay, question 2 says, if the mean of 5 consecutive integers, if the mean, I have to write fast, of 5 consecutive integers is 30, right? Find the largest of the numbers. Find the largest of the numbers. If the mean of 5 consecutive integers is 30, find the largest of the numbers. The option A is 28. The option B here is 30. Option C is 32. And option D is 34. So how do we go about this? Okay? So we'll say, we're going to assume that the first number is A, okay? Let the first number be A. For our solution, let the first number, they said 5 consecutive numbers, like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Numbers following each other are called consecutive numbers. So we're looking for the mean of 5 consecutive integers. And if the mean is 30, find the largest of these numbers, okay? So let's assume that the first number is what? A. So the next consecutive number will be A plus 1. Remember? Plus 1. It's an integer. The second number will be A plus 2, right? The third number, A plus 2. The fourth, A plus 3. And the fifth is A plus 4. Okay? So we have 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So remember, to find the mean of a number is the sum of the numbers, the sum of all the numbers in question, right? And the total amount, or the number of occurrence, right? The total what? Number. Total of what? Let's say total of numbers. Okay? So the sum of these numbers will be, remember our mean is 30. Okay? So sum of numbers will be A plus 1 plus A plus 2 plus A plus 3 plus A plus 4 all over. How many numbers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 numbers. All right? So let's open up this bracket and add it up. We'll open up this bracket, then we're going to pick like terms. Okay? So open up this bracket, we have A plus 1 plus A plus 2. Go along with me. Plus A plus 3 plus A plus 4 all over 5. So taking like terms, we'll say, we'll say what? A, right? Okay, let's count it like this. A plus A, right? How many A's do we have here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 what? A. Then we have 1 plus 2, right? Plus 3 plus 4. 1 plus 2 is 3, right? 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 5A plus 10 all over 5. 5A plus 10 all over 5. Remember, it's equal to 30. So let's move this up here, okay? We say 5A plus 10 all over 5 equal to 30. So if we multiply both sides by 30, it will cancel. If we multiply both sides by 5, we'll cancel 5 here and multiply here by 5, giving us 150, right? So we have 5A plus 10 equal to what? 150, right? So what do? We'll move this 10 to this side, or we'll subtract 10 from both sides. So we have 5A equal to 150 minus 10, which is 140, okay? 5A equal to 140. So how do we get A? A will be 140 divided by 5. 5 goes here 1 time, 5 goes here 2 times. Remainder 4. 40 divided by 5 gives us 8. So A is equal to 28. So out of all these integers, which of them is the highest integer? Your guess is the same as mine. The highest integer will be A plus 4, right? The fifth consecutive integer will be A plus 4. And our A is 28, right? So that will be 28 plus 4. 28 plus 4 will give us what? 32. Therefore, our correct answer will be what? 32. I hope we're following. I hope we're following this. I guess so. So let's move on quickly to the next problem. Remember, you have just 1 minute to solve each problem. 1 minute or less to solve each problem. So you have to practice and get used to these problems because it's basically the same topics that are going to be set for every year. Basically the same topics that are going to be set for every year of our JAMB questions. All right? So just do more practice. So we'll quickly move to the next question. We are in our third question. So we say, question 3, a final examination. A final examination requires that a student, right, answer any 4 out of 6 questions. Out of 6 questions. All right? In how many ways? In how many ways can this be done? Can this be done? Now, our first option is 15. Second option B is 20. Option C is 30. Option D is 45. All right? So the question, a final examination requires that a student answer 4 out of 6 questions. And how many ways can this be done? And how many ways can this be done? So this looks like a computation and permutation question. All right? So let's solve it immediately without any delay. So, solution requires that the student answer any 4 out of 6 questions, right? So the total number of questions is 6, right? But we're required to answer only 4. Only 4 questions. How many ways can this be done? So write our 6 here and our 4 here, okay? So when you have it like this, means that you're going to have 6 factorial. Had it been it was 6, it would have just been 6 what? Factorial. But since you have 4 under, it's going to be all over 6 minus 4 factorial multiplied by 4 factorial. All right? That's how it's going to look like. That's how it's going to look like. What's a factorial? A factorial is a multiplication of consecutive numbers. If you have 2 factorial, means it's 2 times 1. If you have 3 factorial, means it's 3 times 2 times 1. If you have 4 factorial, means it's 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So that is what we mean by factorial. It's a multiplication of consecutive numbers in descending order. multiplication of numbers in descending order. So 6 factorial is going to give us 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Remember, you have to work fast, okay? So 6 minus 4 is what? 2 factorial times 4 factorial. So we have 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, right? 2 times 1, 2 factorial, times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, right? So as you can see, this cancels this off, right? This cancels this off because they are the same at the denominator and the numerator. So we're left with 6 times 5 all over 2. So 2 cancel here once, 2 cancel 6 3 times. So we're left with 3 times 5, giving us what? 15 ways. There are 15 ways or arrangements in which someone can answer 4 out of 6 questions. In which a student can answer 4 out of 6 questions. So we are good with this. We are very good, right? So this is how you can easily pass your JAMB examination, just like that, A, B, C, D. Simple, simple, easy, okay? It's very, very easy. It's not something that is difficult. So our fourth question, slow and easy makes the race, okay? Gradually, you keep solving until you get to your required destination. The more you practice, the faster you get. Question 4 says, a bag contains 5 black, 4 white, and X red marbles. If the probability of picking a red marble is 2 over 3. Find the value. Find the value of X. Okay? Our options are A is 8, B 10, okay? C is 4, and D is 6. D is what? 6. So let's read it again. A bag contains 5 black, 4 white, and a X, right? And X red marbles. If the probability of picking a red marble is 2 over 3, find the value of X. Solution, right? So we know the probability of finding an object or an outcome is the number of outcome of that particular outcome all over the total outcomes. For instance, for black, we will have 5 outcomes, right? For white, we will have 4 outcomes. And for red, we will have X outcomes. So we know that the total outcomes will be black plus white plus red outcome, right? So black is 5, white is 4, and red is X. So this will give us 10 plus X, total outcome. But the original outcome, which we are interested in, is the red, right? Which is X. So we know that number of red outcomes will be x. The total number of outcomes will be 10 plus x. And we're told the probability of picking a red marble, right? For a red marble will be what? 2/3. So we're going to simplify this and find the value of x. And then we have our answer. So we're going to cover this little space to complete the problem, right? So if we cross multiply this function, you have 3x. 3 what? X. If you cross multiply this other side, we'll have 210 plus x, which is equal to 20 plus 2x. Okay? So now it will be better if you have all the x's on one side and all the simple numbers on the other side. So if I want to move this 2x from this side to this side, I have to subtract both sides by 2x. Right? Subtract both sides by 2x. Let's write it properly here. 3x minus 2x, right? Is equal to 20. 3x minus 2x gives us x equal to what? 20. So our answer has popped up. I should be guessing that. So what was our problem? Find the value of x. Something is not really adding up here. So just hold on a bit. Okay, I think our problem came from here. 5 plus 4, okay? 5 plus 4 is 9, not 10. Is what? 9, not 10. 9, not 10. So we'll change all the values over here. So this will be 18. 2 times 9 will give us what? 18. Okay? So this will be what? 18. So what do we have here? Okay, now, I think the problem I'm having is from the probability. The probability. Okay, so this is our answer. Our answer is what? 18. Our answer is 18. So I think there was a problem with the options or so. There's a problem with the options. So if we look at these options, we find out that A is what? Our correct answer. A will be our correct answer. So we're going to solve the 5th question quickly, and then I may just call it a day, okay? This is our very, very first live video. Kindly ignore the backing sound. Question 5. Question 5. No, we need to act very fast. We need to answer our questions very fast. Okay? Okay, let me choose this question. This is question 8, but let me just call it the 5th question. For what value of x is a combination x plus 1, right? and 3 equal to 4 combination n x3 in brackets. Okay? Our options A is what? 6. Option B is 5. Option C is 4. And option D is 3. Solution. Solution. For what value of x is x plus 1 combination 3 and 4 into bracket x into bracket x combination 3. So they want us to find the value of x. We're expected to find the value of x. Okay? Okay, so let's quickly go about this. So we have x plus 1 combination 3 equal to 4 x combination 3 as well. So let's remember our formula for combinations, okay? So we'll say x plus 1 combination 3. Let's describe that, okay? X plus 1 combination 3 will be x plus 1 factorial. X plus 1 factorial. Okay? All over x, right? Plus 1 minus 1 factorial, okay, times 3 factorial. Sorry, minus 3 plus 3 factorial, okay? That's the problem, okay? Then we have 4 xc3. So that will give us 4 into bracket x factorial all over x minus 3 factorial times 3 factorial. All right? So this will be x plus 1 factorial all over x minus 2 factorial times 3 factorial. While this will be 4 bracket x factorial all over x minus 3 factorial times 3 factorial. All right? Are we good to go? Yeah. So we're going to equate these two. We have x plus 1 factorial all over x minus 2 factorial 3 factorial, okay, equal to 4 x factorial x minus 3 factorial 3 factorial. Okay, so we can just easily remove these brackets. I will remove this bracket and put the 4 here. Okay, so this will cancel this. This will cancel this. So if we cancel this, it's leaving us with this factorial. X minus 2 factorial, right? X minus 3 factorial. So I think this will cancel this because let's say x minus 2 factorial is what? we say x minus 2 times x minus 3 times x minus 4, and so on till 1. While x minus 3 factorial is equal to what? X minus 3 times x minus 4, and so on till 1. So if these two are dividing each other, means this will cancel this. So the answer will be x minus 2, right? So imagine if this went up and this came down, right? If this went up and this came down, I'll have to clean this part once again. Okay. So let's move this up, right? And move this down. We're cross multiplying this function. So what we're going to have? We're going to have x plus 1 factorial all over 4x factorial, okay, equal to x minus 2 factorial all over x minus 3 factorial. And we've established the answer as what? X minus 2. All right, so let's go about this. X plus 1 factorial all over x what? Factorial. All over x factorial. Now, let's assume, let's simplify it over here. Simplify it over here. Now we have x plus 1 factorial, right? Let's expand it. So it will be x plus 1. Remember, that's the first thing we are multiplying. X plus 1 times x. You know, it goes in descending order. It reduces. So x, if the number is x plus 1, the next consecutive number will be x. And then the next consecutive number will be x minus 1. It's reducing, right? And it keeps multiplying till 1. Now we also have what? X factorial, which is x multiplied by x minus 1, and so on till 1. So if this divides this, right, then this whole x will cancel this x, giving us x plus 1. Wow. That means the answer for this will be x plus 1 over 4. This will cancel to give us x plus 1 over 4 equal to x minus 2. Equal to x minus 2. Let me quickly clean this so that the board will have a clear board. Okay. Let's quickly clean it up. Very easy. It's not difficult at all. Once you have the basic knowledge, you can easily solve most of these problems, right? So we'll bring 4 up. We'll have x plus 1 equal to 4x minus 2. That's x plus 1 equal to 4x minus 8, right? So let's move everything to one side. We want x's to be on one side and the simple numbers to be on another side. So if I move this x here, we'll have 4x minus x. If I move minus 8 this way, I'll have 8 plus 1. Okay? So this is 3x and this is 9. So if I divide both sides by 3, what do I have? 3. So our x is equal to 3. Therefore, our answer is D. It's very simple. So go back home and do a study of combination and permutation. Just go through a quick summary of it. It's very straightforward so that you can answer such questions if they pop up during your JAMB examinations. All right? So let's look for another question. Quick rundown. I have questions here such as pie chart questions, variance questions, and so many others. But I want to jump that for today. Maybe our next live show, our next prep class, I'm going to tackle those questions. So for now, we'll leave that. We'll leave that. Okay. So we're going to solve a quick question. Okay. Differentiate. That should be question 6, right? We say differentiate. Differentiate the function x squared minus 1 over x raised to power 2 with respect to x. All right? Our options: A, give us 4x squared minus 4x minus 2 over x. Our option B gives us 4x squared minus 2 minus 2 over x squared. Option C gives us 4x squared minus 2 minus 2 over x cubed. And our option D gives us 4x squared minus 3x plus 2 over x. Okay? Minus 3x plus 2 over x. Solution. So we have the function y, x squared plus 1 over x raised to power 2. And we're asked to find the y, the x of this function. So this is a chain function. In differentiation, a chain function has to do with a function that has another function on the inside of that function. Okay? We're seeing a larger function and we're seeing another function inside the function. So let's know how we're going to break that down. So we will call the inner function, we'll call it u, right? The inner function, we'll call it u, and the outer function, we'll call it v. So we'll say u, let u be equal to x squared plus 1 over x. All right? Then we'll also say let v be equal to what? To substitute u here, we have what? U squared. Okay? We have u squared. So that means the y, the x is equal to what? The u, the v, right? Sorry? The v, the u times the u what? Let's look at it critically. Sorry, we say let y be equal to what? U squared. Let y be equal to u squared because u is what? X squared plus 1 over x. Therefore, y will be u squared. So we say to find the y, the x, so we'll say we'll find the y with respect to u. multiplied by the u with respect to x. Okay? That's how we do it. Because if you cancel this and this, you will still have what? The y, the x. If you cancel the u, you will still have the y, the x. So the y, the u, which is x squared plus 1 over x. Right? So we're going to find, the u, the y, the what? U. Sorry for that error. Let's clean it off quickly. The y, the u. The y, the u, right? That's, we're finding this function with respect to u. So that would be what? 2u. That would be what? 2u. So now we've gotten the y, the u. So let's find the u, the x. The u, the x, okay? The u, the x, that's this function with respect to x. Gives us what? First of all, we know that the differential for x squared is what? 2x. Then the differential for 1 over x. Let's go to this side and solve it. 1 over x. We know 1 over x is x raised to the power minus 1. So if you differentiate it, you have minus 1 times x raised to the power minus 2. Alright? So the answer will be minus x squared. So say minus x minus squared. So if we put these two together, remember this change function. We'll put these two together, right? Putting these two together, what do we have? The y du is 2u. The u dx is what? 2x minus, let's write this like this, 1 over x squared, right? Minus 1 over x squared. All right? Remember that u, this is u. So put this u back here. That's x squared plus 1 over x times 2x minus 1 over x squared. All right? So if we expand this function, hopefully we're going to get one of these options, right? We're going to get one of these options. So multiply this by this, we'll have, write 2 in the big bracket, we'll extract this 2. X squared times 2x gives you 2x cubed. 2x cubed. Am I seeing an x cubed in the option? I have to check whether I'm seeing an x cubed in the option. There should be an x cubed somewhere in this option. So x squared, right? X squared times 2x gives you 2x cubed. X squared times minus 1 over x will give us minus 1. Because x squared over x squared gives us 1 with a minus sign. 1 over x times 2x gives us what? 2. Because 2x over x will cancel out x, giving you 2. 1 over x times minus 1 over x squared gives us minus 1 over x cubed. All right? So if I expand this, I'll have, first of all, 2 minus 1 will give us 1, right? So this will be 1. This will be 1. So we'll have 2x cubed minus 1 over x cubed plus 1. Plus 1. Okay? Are we almost getting there? I guess so. I guess we're almost getting there. Okay? So if we expand this, you have 4x cubed minus 2 all over x cubed plus 2. This should be our answer. Now, the options, we're having 2x squared, 4x squared, 4x squared, 4x squared, 4x squared, 4x cubed. Then we have minus 2x cubed. We have minus 2x cubed here, okay? So I'm guessing that is the closest to our answer. I'll go and look at the options very well after now, but I guess our closest answer will be C. Our closest answer will be C. All right? So that's how it goes. That's how it goes. So let's quickly wipe this board off while we get ready to take on our 7th question. Seventh question. So let's do this. It's a fraction simplification. Simplify. Simplify 7 over 9, right? Minus 2 over 3 divided, right? Divided by 1 over 3 plus 2 over 5, right? Divided by 4 over 5. Now our options: A, 11 over 12, B, 5 over 6, C, 1 over 5, and D, 2 over 15. 2 over 15. Okay? Now soak it in, soak in the question. Simplify the following fraction function. All right? Simplify. That's for JAMB 2002 question 15. All right? So, before we do this, when you see this kind of questions, you have a bracket, you have different operations, right? You have a bracket, you have a division sign, you have a minus sign, and you have a plus sign. That means we're going to employ the use of BODMAS. If you do not use this code to solve your fraction operations, you are going to fail the question. Okay? So we're going to be guided by this so that we can get 100% in this question. So, looking at this functions and operations, we're going to solve what's in the bracket first, because BOD stands for, the B in BODMAS stands for bracket, O stands for off, right? D stands for divide, M stands for multiply, A stands for plus, S stands for minus. All right? So we're going to do the bracket first, followed by the division. Second, then the plus. Then we're going to do the subtraction. Okay? So we have two brackets and we have a division. So I'll just turn it to a fraction, right? So we say 7 over 9 minus 2 over 3 all over, you see that? 1 over 3 plus, we have something here, right? There's a minus sign here. So this divided by this. So it's going to be 2 over 5 divided by 4 over 5. So let's move this function out and solve it separately on this side, right? So we say 2 over 5 divided by 4 over 5. When this denominator goes up, we get the inverse of 4 over 5. What is the inverse of 4 over 5? It's 5 over 4. So it will be 2 over 5 times 5 over 4. Simple as that. Once it jumps out from the denominator, it becomes an inverse of what it was. So 4 over 5 becomes 5 over 4. So this 5 will cancel 1, this 5 will cancel 1. 2 cancel here, 1, 2 cancel here, 2. Giving us 1 over 2. Isn't that beautiful? Looks good to me. So this will become 1 over 2. 1 over 2. Right? So on our rough section here, I hope you're writing this down on your book. We're going to solve this individually, right? So we'll say, let's solve the plus first to fulfill our BODMAS rule. So we'll say 1 over 3 plus 1 over 2. Common denominator. The LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. Or you can simply say 2 times 3, 6. 6 divided by 3, 2 times 1. 6 divided by 2, 3 times 1, 3. So we have 5 over 6. So this becomes 5 over 6, right? This becomes what? 5 over 6. So let's tackle this one quickly. So we're going to say 7 over 9 minus 2 over 3. The common denominator, the LCM of this will be 9 because it's already a multiple of 3, right? 9 divided by 9 is 1 times 7. 9 divided by 3 is 3 times 2, 6. Giving us what? 1 over 9. So we'll move this 1 over 9 and put it in the numerator, giving us 1 over 9. Now remember the inverse rule I said about the denominator. When a denominator is divided, or when it's a denominator, a fraction, if you move it to the numerator, or you turn it to a multiplication, it has to be flipped over to its inverse. The inverse of this is 6 over 5. The inverse of 5 over 6 is 6 over 5. So we have 1 over 9. We have 1 over 9, right? 1 over 9 times 6 over 5. Are we good? So what can go in here? 3. 3 divides 6 2 times. 3 divides 9 3 times. So our answer is 2 over 15. Hooray! I can find the answer there. The answer is D. Wow. So, people, we're going to stop here for today. We're going to stop here for today. And we're going to be having regular prep classes every day because I know most of us are getting ready for our JAMB examinations and also our WIAC examinations. I heard JAMB is coming up in April. WIAC is coming up May, June period. So I think it's enough time for us to cover a lot of things before the time of the JAMB. So I want you to always stay tuned to EasyMathsTutor Channel. Always connect to EasyMathsTutor Channel and make sure you subscribe so that whenever we have our live videos, you'll be part of it. You'll benefit from everything that we're learning today. If you have any questions, don't forget to write in the comment section your questions, and we're going to tackle them in our next video. Thank you for watching. God bless you.